Perhaps the most enjoyable part of making a video is editing the pictures afterwards to create the mood and the pace that you want. Of course, it also allows you to wipe out those inevitable mistakes and to produce the best possible video from the available material. Now, this is the basic equipment that you'll need. You'll want one video machine to replay your material, another video on which to record, and a television or monitor so that you can see what's going on. You can have any combination of tape formats and machine. For instance, a Video 8 camcorder can be used as the playback machine into a VHS recorder. Use the video sockets to connect the machines together. Video out from the playback machine and the video in for the recording machine. This gives much better quality than using the aerial lead. The process is very simple. We choose the shot that we want to use on the master tape and decide where we want to start it. Then we rewind for about 10 seconds or so and put it in pause. Now over to the record machine. We decide at which point on the tape we want to begin this recording, put that into pause and also into record mode, although of course it won't actually begin recording because the pause button's pressed, but we're all ready. Right, so let's begin by setting off the master tape. Remember, there's about 10 seconds before we actually need to begin recording, and at exactly the right point we release pause and it started to record. Adding music to your videos is a very simple procedure. All you have to do is to plug in the source of your music, in this case a cassette recorder, into the audio in socket. Make sure that the tape is wound to the head of the chosen track and put it in pause. And then once you've released the pause button, you can start the audio dub. It's a fairly crude method in that the audio dub facility will wipe out your original sound recording. Now, if you want to keep the original recording and have an additional source of sound like music, then it gets a little tricky. What you can do is to use a stereo video recorder so that you can keep the original sound on one track and record your additional source on another track. It does work, but there is some difficulty in controlling sound levels, and you might find that the music drowns out your original sound. The only way to adequately mix different sound sources is to re-record the original soundtrack onto a sound tape or cassette. But the only thing is that you can't do that with any old tape recorder because of the problems of maintaining synchronization, keeping the picture locked into the sound. Once synchronization is lost, then you start to notice very quickly. For example, if you watch my lips carefully, you'll see that my lip movements aren't exactly matching the sound of my voice right now. You need a control box like this, which picks up the synchronous pulse off the video recorder and controls the speed of a specially modified audio cassette machine. It doesn't have to be as sophisticated as this one, but here I've got a simple mixing unit as well. Now, I've already recorded the original video sound and the vital sync pulse, and on another track I've got some music. There must be a clear starting point for picture and the sound. I've chosen the first frame of the next shot, and using the frame advance control, I can find the point fairly accurately. Once the picture is at the first frame, all I have to do is to start the audio dub and the sound tape will automatically begin. Then it's easy. All I have to do is to mix the music with the original sound as often as I like to get the balance right. And then with a bit of luck, it'll not only sound good, it'll still be in sync. If you use any music taken from a record, you have to pay a copyright fee. How much this is depends upon who published it and how much you want to use, but it can work out pretty expensive. However, there are two ways around the problem. One thing you can do is to encourage your friends to compose and play original music for your video and then assign copyright to you. The other thing is that you can apply to the Institute of Amateur Cinematographers, who can issue you with a blanket license that'll cover most records. If you don't plan to use music in your video but want to create atmosphere with sound effects, then there are special sound effects records that you can buy that are copyright free.